I stood at the curbside of San Diego International Airport, clutching the keys to our rental car, my pulse racing with anticipation. My name is Elena Harper, 41, a project manager at Seaside Ventures, a renewable energy firm in San Diego. For months, I'd been planning a surprise for my husband, Nathan, to celebrate our 12th wedding anniversary. A 10-day luxury escape to the Amalfi Coast, costing $18,000 of my savings. I'd booked business class flights, a cliffside villa in Positano with views of the Tyrrhenian Sea, private boat tours to Capri, and dinners at cliffside restaurants I'd researched for hours. I'd envisioned Nathan's eyes lighting up, his arms pulling me close as he whispered how much he loved me. Instead, Nathan turned to me, his expression cold. "I'm taking Jessica instead," he said, gesturing to his 27-year-old assistant, a brunette with a smug smile and a dress that screamed confidence I hadn't felt in years. "She's more fun than you'll ever be, Elena. You'd probably bore me with history tours and old ruins." Jessica smirked, her hand on Nathan's arm, as I stood frozen, the itinerary I'd printed trembling in my hand. "The car's here," Nathan added, glancing at his watch. "Go home, maybe binge one of those documentaries you like." Their laughter echoed as they slid into the town car I'd booked, leaving me stranded with my dreams in tatters. I met Nathan 15 years ago at a sustainability conference in San Diego. He was a charismatic financial analyst, his ambition magnetic. At 26, I fell hard for his grand gestures: sunset picnics, spontaneous road trips, a proposal on a hot air balloon with a 1.5-carat emerald ring. We married 2 years later, building a life I thought was solid. A craftsman-style home in La Jolla, shared hikes in Torrey Pines, dreams of starting a family. But over time, Nathan changed. His ambition turned to arrogance. His late nights at work multiplied, and his comments grew sharp. "You're too serious, Elena," he'd say when I shared project updates. I blamed his stress, the pressure of his firm's expansion, convincing myself it was a phase. The signs were there, but I ignored them. At his firm's gala last year, I met Jessica, his new assistant, who clung to his every word, her laughter grating. "She's so efficient," Nathan said later, dismissing my unease. "Fresh energy, you know?" I'd nodded, pushing down my doubts. For months, I poured myself into planning our anniversary trip, hoping it would reignite our spark. I imagined us sipping limoncello in Positano, laughing like we used to. Instead, I stood at the airport, watching my husband choose another woman, using my plans, my money, to romance her. The drive home was a blur, my mind replaying Nathan's words. I saw our home, the lemon tree I'd planted, the teal door I'd painted because Nathan called it classy, as a museum of a life I'd lived alone. But beneath the betrayal, a cold clarity emerged. I wasn't just hurt, I was furious, and I had a plan. I called my travel agent, Marissa, who'd orchestrated every detail of the Amalfi trip. "Marissa, it's Elena Harper. I need to change the booking," I said, my voice steady. "Transfer everything from Nathan's name to mine. Flights, villa, tours, reservations, all of it." Marissa hesitated. "Is everything okay?" "It's perfect," I replied. "And cancel Nathan's ticket. Add a guest, Nadia Ruiz." Within an hour, every reservation was in my name. Nadia, my childhood friend and a landscape designer, had been urging me to prioritize myself for years. She was between projects, craving a break. Amalfi Coast, 10 days, all expenses paid, I told her over the phone. Nathan ditched me for his assistant. Want to join me? Nadia's response was instant. That jerk, I'm in. Flight's at 7 o'clock tonight, right? I'll be there. I packed with purpose, choosing the sundress Nathan hated, too loud, the sandals he called hippie, and my sketchbook he'd mocked as a waste of time. I ignored his 20 missed calls as I headed to the airport. Nadia and I boarded our business class flight, Prosecco in hand. Tell me everything, she said as we settled in. I recounted the airport scene, Nathan's cruelty, Jessica's smirk. I wasn't even shocked, I admitted, just disappointed in myself for not seeing it sooner. Nadia squeezed my hand. You didn't fail, Elena. He did. He stopped seeing you as his partner years ago. My phone buzzed. Another call from Nathan. I let it go to voicemail, sipping my drink, feeling lighter than I had in years. We landed in Naples at 9 a.m., local time, the Mediterranean sun warm on my skin. Our driver, Matteo, greeted us with a sign. Signora Harper. The drive to Positano was breathtaking. Cliffs plunging into turquoise waters, pastel houses cascading down the hillside. The villa was a dream. Whitewashed walls, bougainvillea-draped terraces, infinity pool overlooking the sea. Nadia claimed a lounge chair by the pool, declaring, I'm never leaving. My phone had 40 missed calls from Nathan, voicemails piling up. I played the first on speaker as Matteo brought our bags. Elena, what the hell? The hotel says there's no reservation under my name. Fix this now. The second, the car service didn't show. Everything's in your name. This is ridiculous. By the fifth, his tone shifted to panic. We're stuck at the airport, Elena. Jessica's freaking out. Call me back. The 10th message was a plea. Please, let's share the villa. We can work this out. Nadia laughed so hard she nearly fell off her chair. Share? He wants you to watch him flirt with her? I texted Jessica, who'd messaged me from a local number, begging for help after 2 days stranded at the airport. Jessica, Nathan lied to you about this being our anniversary trip. You're 27, old enough to know better than to run off with a married man. Your return flight is at the Delta desk. Confirmation 456J2K, leaving at 8 p.m. Don't miss it. I ignored Nathan's calls, finally answering one. Elena, thank God. We need to talk. I gave Jessica her flight home. I cut in. You're on your own. Figure it out. I hung up, blocked his number, and turned to Nadia. Let's explore. The villa's concierge, Chiara, confirmed Nathan had called repeatedly, trying to claim the booking. We told him it's under your name only, Signora Harper, she said. I smiled. If he calls again, ignore him. Nadia and I spent the day wandering Positano's narrow streets, tasting gelato, snapping photos of the sea. At sunset, we sipped Aperol spritzes on the terrace, the sky ablaze with pinks and golds. Divorce him? Nadia asked. I nodded. I can't go back. He showed me who he is. I deserve better. A month later, I filed for divorce. Nathan's career took a hit. His firm didn't appreciate the scandal when Jessica, back in San Diego, leaked his voicemails to colleagues. I thrived, taking on new projects at Seaside Ventures, sketching Amalfi's coastline in my spare time. Sometimes revenge isn't about destruction, it's about rediscovery. I found myself in Positano, and I wasn't letting go.